Welcome everyone to the fourth episode of the
I Digress podcast.
Oh my god, you're coming through like super strong. Like
Really?
I'm looking at my like audio versus yours, and it's just like almost peaking it.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
it's the intro.
I think I might be just being a little bit quiet.
No, I want the levels to be similar.
Yeah. Okay, we're back.
Okay.
Let's do the actual intro this time. Hello everyone.
Are levels good?
I think now they're better. They're a little bit more even. You're still a little bit loud, so maybe like pull back from your mic a little bit, but I think
Okay.
Yeah, okay. That's looking a little bit better, yeah.
Okay,
We're
cool.
about even.
Cool.
Okay. Anyway,
Room tone?
we already did the room tone.
It's a different recording though, right?
No, it's still on the same track. It just
okay.
stopped. Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
So, I was gonna ask, are we ready to start digressing? But I mean,
Oh god.
very clearly.
3, 2, 1.
Okay.
Welcome back.
Welcome back, everyone, to the fourth episode
of
of the
And I Digress. Come on, Chase.
podcast.
This is the halfway point for season 1.
Yeah. We are officially through half the topics, and we've already pretty much gotten to the point of Godwin's Law. We've already brought up the Nazis, basically. Book burning. What else are you going to talk about? That is our starting topic. But actually, I do have something different we can talk about, Joe, because I did research.
Oh, no, really?
Yeah.
Zany. Like, you already had me interested at Godwin's Law. I've never heard of that.
Are you not familiar with Godwin's Law?
I'm not.
Okay, so Godwin's Law is an internet law. It's to arguments.
Right, okay.
I don't think we're arguing, but you can argue that we're arguing in a friendly sort of manner. I don't
Banter?
know. Banter, basically.
Bantering.
Eventually, there comes a point in the argument, I guess in our case, the conversation, where it devolves into Nazi comparisons, and we're right here. And we did talk about World War II.
Took us, like 2 episodes?
Yeah, I think that was a couple episodes ago, if I'm being completely honest. But now it's like front and center.
Yeah.
Right here.
Here right now, baby. Episode 4, book burning.
Book burning.
Happening.
So coffee to book burning. We basically are that like Wikipedia, like.
Oh yeah. If you like click the first link, you get back to philosophy.
That is our series. Like, we are like the YouTube recommendations. We are the Wikipedia like rabbit hole. But as two people just talking about stuff that we not know
have
about.
Right, barely any grasp on whatsoever.
Yeah. So I mean, that's what makes it fun.
I enjoy it.
So what book burning research did you do? What story did you get? Because I got a good story. That I read a small blurb about, and I'm going to 100% embellish.
Okay. Well,
yeah,
it's the beauty of storytelling.
Yeah, I mean,
that's why they want to burn your books.
Yeah. I mean, they aren't here to tell it. They're all dead. Their book is proverbially burnt. So
there are authors that are alive.
Yeah, not those authors though.
Oh, okay. The dead ones are dead.
Yeah, this is way dead.
Okay.
I'd be impressed if they were alive.
For now, Elvis is still roaming the New York City sewers with all the alligators, and also someone else. Who else lives down there?
If they were origami liches, they probably would have survived. But for
Elvis and I don't know. It's a bad joke that doesn't even really exist as a joke. Those have to be funny.
Yeah, and I mean, what are we not if we are not funny?
Podcast?
Somewhat misinformed podcasters. But anyway.
Right, sorry.
Yeah. I mean, if you want me to go first, I think this will be a fun one.
Okay.
So
I'll make you even look a little better. A comparison, which I do whether I want to or not a lot of the time.
I don't know about that, Joe.
Oh, thank you. I mean, it's the hair really that is the most of the positive features going.
Yeah. As you can see in our very mediocre highlight art drawn by yours truly.
Truly, Mr. Chase.
Yeah. You got Joe with the locks and me hiding behind my inside joke.
True form.
I mean...
I haven't even seen my final form!
Yeah, that is like a kind of a deep joke that, I mean, I'm sure some people might get. Like,
I even get it. Really don't think I do.
Yeah, no.
Don't think I do.
Yeah. It's yeah, no, I don't want to explain it. Maybe in the future.
That's the beauty of it.
Yeah. It'll be a mystery for now. But anyway.
Yeah, so what I know about book burning.
Yeah, go ahead.
Very limited. Sophomore year of high school, A. Bradbury, Fahrenheit 451.
Mm-hmm.
Recent
Classic.
Explains a lot of things, and he also predicted the existence of an atom bomb. Was a little bit off on the details, but you know.
Predicted the atom bomb?
At the very end.
Well, yeah, well, wasn't that like wasn't that like the 50s when he wrote that?
He wrote it like before something. I don't know. Wait. Let me
This is a time to Google this. I think the only thing Bradbury like predicted aside from like the only technological thing
1953.
Okay, yeah. Atom bomb.
What the hell?
All the rage. He predicted earbuds though. I don't know if you remember that.
And giant TVs, was that him?
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, and his wife is like, "Get me a 4th TV wall." They just put up the other one 3 months ago.
I mean, you need the 4 walls for the experience.
Right. It's plot.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't have VR. They didn't think of that. Just bring more walls in.
Yeah. I have at least 4 of those in my house.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
That is all what I know.
All that you know about book burning?
And then I mean, like, Library of Alexandria comes to mind. Yeah, you got books, and now you don't have books. Set the world back, some estimations, 1,000 years, chronologically.
Really?
Which, yeah, I don't know how
that's
accurate that is. That's why it's an estimate, but you know.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll do you one better though.
Only one?
I mean that's all I had the chance to read basically.
Okay.
This is like, okay, I need a topic for this that is not the Nazis or Alexandria, because you know you're gonna say those. Everyone's gonna say Nazis. Everyone remembers the Indiana Jones Last Crusade, the book burning, where where Indiana Jones gets his like book accidentally signed by Hitler. Whoopsies.
Not again.
Yeah. Can you imagine the person who has like an all-star like jersey but signed by like all the Nazi people instead of like, the 1998 Chicago Bulls.
1941 All-Star team.
Like
team captain Hitler, starting pitcher Joseph Stalin, our outfielder Benito Mussolini.
I mean, if that's like the dictators, I mean,
he got drafted to another team halfway through the season, though.
That's like the pro, or that's like the memorabilia for all the people that are like really into World War II. That's just like their hobby. Like some people are really into sports. Right. Some people just really like wars that happened like 90
Heffley's dad.
Oh, what?
Heffley's dad. He was all into the Civil War. He had that whole like model table. Basement.
Oh yeah. Okay, have you ever like met someone who's done like enactments?
Sorry.
Actually,
you prompted something in my brain, and I missed the details on what you said. I buzzed in way too early to that Family Feud question. Steve Harvey's gonna make fun of me.
Yeah, go ahead. Say the normal thing, and I'll be like, "What?"
Okay.
Say naked grandma, Joe. Right, I dare you.
Grandma!
What?
As we discussed last episode, I am pretty much an expert in impressions, voices.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Who was the impression today, Joe?
I'm gonna do an impression of Jace from I Digress.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, that's interesting.
What do? Yeah. Is
I don't
that
know
what?
about-
Is that what it sounds like, Joe?
Apparently.
No.
No.
Okay, I'm gonna do an impression of you,
Good
Joe.
work here, please.
This is gonna be you off your metal one track from your band right now. Have you ever released anything else?
Oh, we're writing an album right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is my best impression from I think the last time I listened to this, which was a good while ago.
Ever ago.
Not on my Spotify playlist. Sorry, Joe.
It's okay. We're only on Bandcamp.
Yeah. There you go. That is also like my dying cow impression. Lots of dying creatures, I think.
Yeah.
Could be.
I've seen cattle decapitation twice.
Nice.
I know particularly
In person?
that sounds like. Person twice. Once in the front row, then the other time I was like kind of towards the back. But mainly because like one of my friends probably definitely had a seizure for the band right before.
So this was a metal show?
I
mean,
they're like a death / grindcore band.
Gotcha. I mean, I'm not surprised. I'm right. Like you've told me about things like this before, and I mean, it's just the aesthetic. You gotta be.
Yeah, exactly.
No posers here.
No karate in the pit.
Yeah,
posers.
So do we want to roll it back to my book burning story, or do
I was just thinking about that. I think we should start the episode on the starting topic, considering that that's the purpose of the podcast.
I mean, we kind of did.
We brought it up vaguely, but I don't want to deprive you of your ill-researched story.
We can just go. We can go wherever after this because that's literally all I have. But like this is probably like the worst topic because like who wants to talk about book burning for even like a 3-minute highlight? Like
if you don't acknowledge it, it will be repeated.
History or book burning?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Should have expected that. Yeah. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So. Repeated book burning was definitely repeated a lot. Let me tell you about one of the first times it happened.
Oh, okay.
So way back when, with my
Olden
boys
times.
In the Fertile Crescent.
Does River Valley Civilization?
Yeah, I forgot what it was called.
Mesopotamia.
Exactly. It's not Mesopotamia. It was like a kingdom that arose, like I think after the fact or in somewhere around. It was in the area. They were out there.
Right. The Fertile Crescent metropolitan area.
Basically, yeah. So basically, these 3 other kingdoms went to attack this other one. One of them was Babylon. That's all I remember because
okay,
classic
it's Babylon. Yeah,
Gardens of Babylon. That was cool. Wonder of the world I would like to visit. Anyway, I digress.
So the name of the show again.
It's got it once per episode at least.
Wired.
So they all rolled up on this dude's kingdom and on this dude's castle. And this guy was a scholar king, apparently, which is, pretty important for the time because, who was a scholar? Who was taking time to be a nerd when there was farming to do? Villages
who even can have the access?
Yeah, what books were there? Like he was probably like, oh no, Epic of Gilgamesh for the 30th time this week. Whoops.
Holographic meatloaf, my favorite.
So they went.
He undergoes photosynthesis.
Yeah. So they went, the three dudes, they came up, they were like, they knocked him over, started kicking him. They burnt down his kingdom, they burnt down his castle, they burnt down his library. Yeah. So, I mean, this was, according to the Wikipedia list of book burnings, this was the third time this has ever happened. And they just did it to this dude. It was the first time. Him? Well, I mean, yeah. They didn't like him. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Too busy being a nerd. Read too many books. He was probably, like, the first person who got, like, way into, like, some, like, fantasy universe and would not stop talking about it to all of his friends. Like, I had a phase like that.
That's fair.
A couple times, if I'm going to be completely honest. I think I've since grown out of that. But, I mean, there was no one to, show him the way. That's kind of dumb.
Right, he was the first of his kind.
Yeah, so he was like, the Epic of Gilgamesh. Because, I mean, that was like the only story they had back then. It's like my favorite thing. Who's your favorite Epic of Gilgamesh character? Who do you ship? Who's your OTP Epic of Gilgamesh?
Probably, honestly, would have to be Gilgamesh. And
Can you name another character in the Epic of Gilgamesh besides Gilgamesh?
Gilgamesh's mom.
What's her name?
Mrs. Gilgamesh. Can I get a half point?
I mean, if I'm gonna be honest, I wouldn't do any better. I could maybe give you a very bad explanation, like a terrible summary of like the end of the story.
And spoil it. I've only had thousands of years to read it, Chase.
Yeah.
Go on.
You
gonna do that to me?
I need to put spoiler warnings on this podcast episode, but it's unfortunate. I won't reveal it. He was probably just the biggest fanboy. So they knocked over his kingdom. They knocked over his library. But the Epic of Gilgamesh was probably the one thing that did survive, because while they did burn down his library, and he had like papyrus and reed paper and all that stuff that was susceptible to flammability. Burning down his library where he kept his clay tablets where he had the Epic of Gilgamesh on. It just
fools! It will only make them stronger,
and that's basically what happened. So and because of that is the reason why we actually have some of the stone or like clay tablets that were in his library. So ironically, that was like, I think the one time a book burning managed to preserve, I mean, not all, but some of the knowledge.
Oh.
And yeah.
That survived.
It's unfortunate because he like collected it from a bunch of different countries. Going around the world, seeing people's like Gilgamesh fan fictions, picking them up, keeping them, But yeah.
This is a conservatory.
He had the complete Gilgamesh collection, and they just ruined it.
Gilgamesh body pillow, Gilgamesh coffee maker.
Like, he is the dude who buys $200 anime figurines of Gilgamesh.
Let's see if those exist.
If you search it up, there is an anime.
Anime Gilgamesh episode what? This is a real like produced thing. Oh my god!
It's actually pretty popular. Anyway, yes. If you find an anime called Gilgamesh, that's not what it's from, but there is there is one where he is a fairly major character. And he is also very popular because he's a pretty anime boy in that one, and not just, he's
blonde.
Yeah.
He has like penis armor. Runes on it.
Yeah. So anyway, it would have been nice if they had the whole series, but he is just a character in a completely unrelated. Yeah. So welcome to the I Digress podcast, everyone.
For everyone just now tuning in.
Yeah. I mean, the best part is that when we eventually do get to live streaming, when we have more than like 20 viewers, maybe This will be wild for the people just tuning in.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So do we even have a digression for this topic? Do you want to talk about anime Gilgamesh? Or, I mean...
Well, I was going to just bring up, I was kind of flexed about my new mic.
Yeah. If you haven't noticed, everyone, Joe's audio sounds a lot crisper. It sounds like you just pulled out a Pringles can, you popped off the cap. I haven't eaten a Pringles can in like a good 7 years.
I also have not eaten a can. So.
They're in like the what do you call it? Like the cylinder?
I've eaten the Pringles. I have not eaten the can.
Well, yeah, no. You pop out. It's part of the experience. You gotta set the scene. You gotta like include imagery. You
off
the pop
plastic lid.
Yeah, you
pull
got
back the foil.
The crinkle of the foil, and then you gingerly remove a singular Pringle, and then you bite into like the solid side bend of it. The crisp crunch just caresses your eardrums like a soft.
It's such a satisfying crunch.
Welcome to the ASMR podcast.
Once you pop, you can't stop.
Yeah.
Not so much of the handles.
Is that peaking?
That's good. I think we need to. It is peaking, but I think we need to buy like there's like these weird audio setups where it's like somewhat like it's like a mannequin head, and then the ears they have like microphones. For ASMR.
Why?
I don't know.
God.
So you can like more accurately like weird like that like. Who was the first person to like post ASMR on YouTube and be like, this is a thing people will decide to watch now? Like there are so many weird YouTube trends that I just do not get. And I mean, I'm sounding like an old man here who's like, what are these, kids doing with their ASMRs and their other YouTube trends? But like some of them just like do not make sense. Like ASMR, I can kind of get. It's something like soothing or whatever. It's like fun noises. The things that I do not get like at all. Like I don't know about you. Have you ever watched like a mukbang YouTube video?
I'm not.
Like I haven't really either. I've seen like clips of them just through osmosis through watching other YouTube videos that just mention them for one reason or another. And it's like the most disgusting thing. Like, I'm sure not all of them are terrible. It's just someone eating, like, a bunch of food. But, like, the ones with, like, seafood and they just, like, slop it everywhere. Like, oh, my God. Like, what sort of joy do you get? Like...
Is it even for them, though?
Like, I feel bad for the people who actually do it, but...
Yeah. They have an audience.
They do have...
You build it, they will come.
Yeah, it's... Yeah. So this clip
term ASMR is
go ahead, Jeff.
Non-clinical. Coined in 2010 by a woman named Jennifer Allen. Started an ASMR Facebook group and later became part of a team along with Richard, no last name given in this little excerpt. Then collected and analyzed anecdotal information about the sensation.
Anecdotal information?
Arguably, that's the most reliable.
Where's the study? Where's the peer review?
This is a Washington Post article from 2014.
What journal has your research been published in?
Can I actually see what it's like?
Where do I have to plug in my university
there's so
credentials?
There's so many pop-up ads.
Yeah. Got to get ad block, Joe.
Oh my God, this is so long. I don't. The last line of this is "Don't worry about anything," she whispers. "Everything is going to be all right."
Don't worry about anything.
Everything's going to be alright.
What was the second part of the line? I couldn't like finish
Everything is going to be all right.
Oh, okay. Do you like my dulcet tones of my ASMR voice, Joe.
Amber of your places.
Mm,
An unforgettable sensation.
indeed. This clip is going to
This
be
goes
pulled
on.
out like in 5 years when this turns into like an ASMR like mukbang combo podcast. And then they're going to call us a bunch of sellouts and posers. And I mean, they'll be right. They'll
Laid
be
the groundwork 5 years ago.
like
Cheap.
this will be like this.
Trill.
This is the setup to the ultimate like punchline. Yeah,
A long con.
5 years in the making, greatest joke. Yeah,
For sure.
I mean that's like it's the best. It's the best kind of joke where it's like, you know, something completely unintentional. Like it wasn't even supposed to be a joke, but it's something so funny. The comedy of life is, is, you know, more.
This is a cruel joke.
Yeah.
We'll say.
Okay, Joe.
Okay.
I think we need a new segment right now.
Are you prepared? Because I have one.
You have a new segment, like something that we can repeat multiple times, because
No.
Okay.
That we can repeat. I've noticed do, which I think is just kind of fit in existence.
Yeah.
Not just.
I mean, I think it's something that can provoke a discussion. I'd like to call this segment "Were They Being an Asshole?" Yeah.
I was thinking of the airing of grievances done historically, which is not a ripoff of the Festivus episode from Seinfeld. It is something completely original I came up with.
I mean, we can call it that too. I mean that's also. I mean, I just want to discuss like what is a social sort of like what is the guideline, I guess.
Somebody
I guess
objectively
this sort of comes from my, like, I've been taking a lot of walks recently. I've been doing, you know, more consistent workouts, and I think I've been getting a little bit more fat than I've ever been, which is strange. Like I've been, you know, watching my weight.
I have not been. Well, I have been, but doing nothing about it.
Yeah, I mean, that's my usual thing, and I think the funniest part is that when I started like working out is I think when I started to gain a few more pounds, which is like nothing noticeable. I mean, I'd hope it would be muscle, but like I don't think you build it this fast. It's been, I think, about like 2 weeks now that I've been like consistently doing stuff, but yeah. Anyway, so I've been taking a lot of walks around my neighborhood.
Okay, yeah.
And I've been making a few observations just kind of as I go.
Yeah.
I usually just hang out. I think I do, you know. I just relax because, you know, it's a time to relax. It's not, you know, it's a different change of pace, change of scenery, which is, you know, really nice from time to time.
Time's all you need. Yeah.
And I've noticed a few things. First thing, there's been a lot of rabbits in our neighborhood. Yeah. Like an insane amount. Like
It's like they're fucking like rabbits.
I was about to say that. Thanks for stealing my joke, Joe. But honestly,
it's horribly low hanging fruit. Like it fell on the ground.
Yeah, basically. I mean, they are living up to the analogy. Yeah. But yeah, like they've multiplied a lot. There are like baby rabbits in like one of the like house plants that we have like out on our like front porch, which is
a potted plant.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. Mm-hmm. They're like, they have a little hidey hole that they dug out, and they just kind of like hang out. And it's a good bit off the ground, which is interesting. I think the mother rabbit might have given birth in there, which is weird to think about. But
so I need to get the image straight.
Yeah.
So this is on your porch in its own. You could pick up this pot or whatever and move it around.
I mean, yeah, it would be a little. It'd be kind of an effort, but yes, you could.
So it's like one of the witch cauldron sized things.
Yeah, that's about right.
So they like dug a hole in through the side of it.
No. On like the top soil of like the plant, they have a little hidey hole kind of. It's kind of like a little tree kind of thing. So there's like top cover.
Yeah. From the elements,
but they have like a little bit like dugout in there just to hang out, you know. But yeah, there's like a ton of them, and they just kind of hang out. Like they're almost like the creatures that have like no natural predators. And I think at this point in my neighborhood they might not, because there was like a fox and other canine and other predators, but there don't seem to be any now. So I don't know what
migrated. May have come over to my neighborhood
and eaten all your rabbits.
No, we still have the rabbits, but the fox, not issue, not takeover, but presence, I suppose, on the rise for like 3 years. Yeah. It started, as far as I knew, there was I don't know what you call a group of fox. No, whatever. A family of fox thing underneath deck yard behind my ex-girlfriend's house.
Okay.
At least specific. But that's where they were. They would ruse the neighborhood.
What would a group of foxes be called?
There has to be a name.
No, there definitely is a name, but they're all like stupid. Like I was thinking, like, what would be like the adjective that like describes them? Like, you have like the murder of crows,
right?
You got like the
gaggle of geese.
Yeah, I cannot like think of
fried
any ones right now. Yeah, okay, those are all the basic ones. There's like a bunch of weird ones.
Yeah, like oddly specific.
Yeah, it could be like a cunning of foxes. That could work.
Good one.
Yeah, I mean, I want to see like how far off are we.
Send in your answers.
Send in your submissions. What should a group of foxes be called?
Send them into And I Digress podcast at gmail.com, and whoever is the most wrong
wins a free T-shirt. In the actually, we cannot make that promise. Sorry.
We will say a relatively appropriate message, which is not about Nazis. We will say a message of 30 words or less. It's like sending. We will reply in 30 words or less.
All right, yeah. I mean that works.
That'll be for the series finale.
Okay.
Yeah, pretty much till the end of the month. Somebody wants to extrapolate what day that will be, they can. I'm not doing that. This is my show.
We'll announce the winner live, recorded on this podcast.
Yeah. But if we get any at all, and I don't know, I'll like print off your responses, them out, a piece of paper, fold them up, put them in a hat, and then pick one. And whichever one of the two I pick, it's the winner. Or
okay.
No, wait. I don't want to pick it at random. I want it to be effort based.
The bet, like the most accurate, and then the least accurate.
Wrong. It's like Cards Against Humanity.
Okay, the most wrong or the most incorrect?
Ooh. Most entertaining to me. Like maybe we can each have one. We can each pick a winner.
Two winners from our 20 viewers.
I will be grading.
Thank you, 20 viewers.
I will be grading on the amount of joy that it brings. And also this will be a lot easier. Just like DM us on Instagram. It'll be a lot easier.
Slide into our collective DMs.
Oh yeah.
Please do not send us any pictures of any variety. Don't want to open that in.
Blocked.
Yeah. So anyway, walks.
Right. I will be grading on way that it brings me. You, Chase, will be grading on.
It'll be mysterious.
Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
you won't know my method of my madness. I'm the wild card. Joe, you know what Joe says. I'll be picking one of them. But anyway, walks.
Right. Yes.
I've been taking them. And the thing that kind of prompted the whole segment section about, I might have spoken in too much haste, out of anger, out of questioning. I guess my question for you, Joe, and the audience, and just really anyone in general, what do you think the exact amount of distance you need to like be from someone for them to walk like somewhere else? Around
you two to diverge paths.
Yeah, well, okay, so you know, I live in a neighborhood that has sidewalks that are only like a single person wide,
like 3 feet or whatever, 2.5. I don't know.
Yeah, like something kind of small,
not like big city sidewalk.
Yeah, and usually, you know, back in yonder years when people, you know, were not afraid of getting super close to each other.
Before times.
Before times, yeah, before the plague hit.
Plague.
You know, you just sidestep them, let them go by, give them a wave or a nod if you're feeling lazy.
You give them the coworker whose name I don't know
face,
link, smile.
Yeah,
just the
or you know, it's just like acknowledgement that hey, you're walking. Hello.
Right, I'm walking. Not too different, you and I.
Yeah. So some sort of as minimal as possible if you want greeting.
Right. Salutation.
Yeah, something to say, hey, you're there. I did not just walk by a ghost.
Right. In a conscious effort to make your life easier by getting slightly ever out of your way.
Yeah. And then
respect
you just move on. But now I've been taking walks, and really, I think like a lot of people have. I've been seeing like a ton of people out, and I really hate that because I just like being alone.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, like I just like having, you know, the plate, like the whole walkway to myself.
This is why I go on walks. When I go on walks, which is kind of rare, but I need to go on more. Go at like a.m. at the earliest.
I do that. I took a walk at like 6 this morning, and there were so many people out. Like, oh my god.
That's the thing. It's like nut a shower.
Like
time between like half an hour before dawn, and then like
I need to start going out at 5.
Yeah, maybe I'll avoid some traffic, but based on what I've seen, still hit those weird like middle-aged lady joggers.
Yeah.
No,
like it's interesting to like see what kind of people are out at different times.
People watching.
Yeah, I mean it is kind of people watching.
Definitely.
Yeah, but like the thing is that I've been noticing that like a bunch of different people that I come across when I cross paths with them, they always do the, you know, the side step to like the curb basically, at different times, different ways. It's always like weird to me, and I'm thinking like, what is the point where it's like you're just being like a complete jerk? Because you can be passive aggressive sometimes with this, and I've noticed this like twice. I think one of the first times I went out for a walk, and I went out like to one of the main streets where like there was like a bunch of people going out. I think this was like the point in the coronavirus where people were just like getting like super stir crazy, and they just wanted to get out. This was before like people were kind of going out normally again. So there was a ton of people out walking on the main street when I finally hit that, and I hated it. So I
understandably
soon after this little encounter, I just turned around and went back home because I'm like, I'm not doing this. This is lame. I don't have time to think when I have to be like, okay, what's like 5 meters, 4 meters. Okay, go to the other side of the curb. Like, I don't want to do that. I just want to like think. I want to listen to my like same 5 songs on my Spotify like 2019 playlist like again because I don't make. I'm too lazy to make playlists for myself.
Walk music. It's like 3 albums. Respect that.
Yeah.
I have very particular walk music.
I mean, I listen to like a lot of different stuff. Like it's usually like just whatever. Like I have my like on repeat playlist. I just play constantly because like it's songs that I like and I don't have to go searching for them. And then usually when I like start and kind of like end my walk, I ended off with something that I feel like fits the mood or I'm just like into.
And Queen every time.
Yeah, sure.
Every single time, Chase. One of my favorites.
What is like the oldest music that you like listen to?
Oh damn. Aside from all of my extreme metal and such, really like Pink Floyd and 860s in terms of like regular listening.
That's fair.
Yeah, but like the old stuff that I listen to.
Yeah. Like, I think when I was asking this question a few seconds ago, I was thinking, like, dang, I got you beat out. And then I realized people listen to classical music all the time. And I'm about to say that I listen to stuff from, like, the 40s. And I think I'm special.
I listen to things from the 1440s.
You don't listen to cavemen banging rocks together. You're sophisticated.
I do, Jace.
You don't listen to cosmic background radiation from millions of years prior to the Earth's creation. Unsophisticated.
Get the album art, then yeah, you are. But yeah, that's cosmic background radiation.
What is like? I wonder what would be like the oldest like sound that like someone like pretentious enough could get themselves to listen to on like a daily basis, because you know there's like the people who are like, I love the 80s songs, they don't make music like they used to. And I mean, this has always been the joke, but I'm sure there's someone like it where it's like, you know, the classic music is way better. My music is from centuries ago, and that makes it far more sophisticated. And I'm sure there's someone like that. Yeah. I think a lot of people who listen to classical music just aren't like that, because like, you know, you're probably not like 15 years old and on a YouTube comment section, but
right,
it's stupid to make assumptions of people because you never know. Yeah, there is probably there is the 15-year-old who listens to
inevitably,
I don't know, like Dance Macabre or something and thinks like, I'm so sophisticated. Partially because like I kind of was that person. For like I've never been like I've been a lot of like kind of cringy things, like
we all do. Bring yourself down.
Yeah, we always make mistakes, but I think I've never like delved into like the full like depths of it. Like I've been there and I always like sidestep it by being having some common sense. Which has always been a benefit, but
always good,
yeah.
The detriment,
but yeah. So anyway, walking. Okay. Joe, I want to hear your opinion. Like, what? I was saying a story, and I completely got off topic. Anyway, the first encounter where I started questioning, is this like a jerk move, or are they just trying to be safe? Was when this one like jogger lady was coming, like we were going opposite directions, and that always, I mean, honestly, I think it's worse when you're going the same direction as someone and it's just different speeds. And they have to pass you at some point. That's always kind of weird.
Passing takes longer. Yeah.
Look
over and I'm like, oh, is this asshole?
Yeah, and I have to decide, like, do I want to speed walk and, like, get away from this person, or do I just want to let them pass me? Are they going to turn? And then... Yeah, okay. But anyway, this jogger lady, she, like, came up within, like, I don't know, like, a couple, like, I don't know, maybe, like, 5 yards of me. And then she doesn't, like, go to the curb, which... on the main street that I'm on, the curb is like a decent ways away from the sidewalk. Like more so than on a residential street.
Yeah, sidewalks kind of.
Yeah, like it's not like that big a difference, but like it's more substantial.
It's noticeable.
But this lady goes makes a beeline diagonally across the street from me for some reason.
Oh,
is that just me, or is that like a complete kind of like asshole move?
It's like a wide street than just 2 lanes.
It is. Well, no, it's not like a super wide street. It is just like a 2-lane road. But my question is like, what is the issue? Where I think she was just coming the way I was going. There was no indication that like this might have this has happened to me like twice. But like
I think you're that repulsive, so I don't think
I am either. Because like, it was only these 2 times, and the second time it happened, I kind of know why, and I kind of can't say, but
But someone that you knew.
It was someone that I knew.
You liked each other at all?
Oh no! It was not because of that. I would assume because of the opposite, but
that's kind of what I was getting at.
Yeah. Yeah, and that was kind of funny. I got a kick out of that one. But the first time, I had no idea who this person was.
So to answer your question,
I want to hear your opinion, Joe.
Point at which, not even the point, but the methods that you use cross paths with someone in narrow sidewalk. Think Jogger lady. Unless she had to cross the street and figured, oh, well, I got to cross anyway, and then I'll also get out of the way of this kid.
This was in the middle of a side, like a long stretch of sidewalk where there are like sections where the street kind of comes in and you can go across the street.
I'm gonna give her the benefit of the doubt.
Okay.
Because that's it's only fair.
Because like I don't know, like this makes me question like what like what was she thinking? Because like it seems like you just went out of your way just to completely avoid me, and this just might be the self-conscious person in me. I'm like, what did I do?
I don't think it's your fault,
but yeah,
no. Benefit of the doubt. Maybe she had to cross the street anyway and saw it as a 2 birds with 1 stone scenario. Out of your way. Prepare to cross the street, turn their way, whatever. Or alternatively, he is an asshole, at least very passive aggressive, and elected to instead, showing you basic human dignity, stepping you, running out to the curb, maybe going the other way. Just no, fuck this kid. I'm gonna go all the way across the street. I don't want this aura.
Yeah, like it. I don't know what the deal was. It just seemed like so strange and like out of the blue, like
so without cause.
Yeah, because like even if you wanted to be passive aggressive or something, like
the passive aggressive way to do it is to just keep going. Then at the last possible moment that you could, even if they've already moved, like, okay, whatever, they're
just
not going to
beeline across the street.
I was going to say, just take a very small step away from them to the side. And immediately, as soon as you pass them, go right back into the middle of the sidewalk. I think the most passive of aggressive ways to do that.
Yeah. Like I don't know. I don't know if we've capped out the most passive aggressive you can be when you're passing someone like on a walk. Like I think I've been unintentionally kind of passive aggressive because
very passive.
Oh yeah. Like I'd never like mean to because like I don't really. There's no reason to be aggressive, I guess. When I walk with people. I guess, like walk in the area around people, because like I know people, and when I recognize him,
Mm.
I'm like, whoa, taking it back a little bit. And I don't know if I like look at them weird. But yeah.
I definitely in those scenarios do at least a double take.
Yeah.
Because, first instinct, look at him, you look away, and then your brain starts to process what you just did. Like, oh shit, that might be so and so. Look back again. Don't want to be creepy, so it's enough for a glance. Think about it, and you're like, ah, damn, I don't know. Look at their eyes well enough, or look back again, and then they're staring at you. You realize that you don't know them, and you just look like a complete freak, and then you just what?
Yeah, fair enough. I think also my favorite thing though, about walks is when you take them at the right time, because like, I have a very terrible sleeping schedule.
End of the party.
Yeah, I think we both mentioned this at some point before, on the podcast. Summer is the time where I just take and I just I am up
Sleep.
all odd hours. Yeah.
Summertime.
Yeah.
Oh, she got me. Yeah. No regard for time or circadian rhythm or whatever.
It's when I reach my maximum hours awake for the whole year. It is like an animal. It's like when the monarchs go down to like mate or whatever, and they're up for however long, just like doing the whatever butterflies do to lay their eggs. But it just it's me doing nothing. But like it's always great when you take a walk like right before you like hit your limit, basically, because it's almost like if you get it at the right time, it's almost like you don't feel like the energy of like being awake and be like, okay, I want to go do something because I just woke up and it's my time, time to do
time
things.
to shine.
Yeah. And then you also don't really feel that sort of drag of tiredness just yet.
So yeah, you're like a lull between consciousness and sleep.
Yeah, it's like a Zen mode.
Yeah, completely get that.
And that it doesn't like you gotta time it right. Like sometimes if you take too long a walk, like sometimes I go like the long way around when that happens, and then oops, second half, I don't want to do it anymore. But you just gotta get home.
You're gonna fall asleep in the middle of the street on this. Yeah, getting that time, I definitely appreciate that space.
Yeah, it's always a good time. It's very reflective. You think about yourself, the universe. Like usually when I go for walks, like I think about like stuff I got to do and stuff I like want to do, like
kind of list in your head.
Yeah, basically. And then I just like make up stupid stuff, like I've had like multiple attempts at writing like a book. I mentioned this to you before.
Yes.
And I always get like maybe like I think the furthest I've gotten is like maybe like 2 chapters into writing one, and then I realize I am really bad at writing, narratively at least.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah,
I'll have our own style.
And then it also takes me like 5 years to write something. I am like George R.R. Martin, but if he was a not good and not established author,
I'm not rushing perfection. I'm rushing you.
Yeah. So I always quit, but I always love like making up like universes for stuff. In the off chance I eventually get around to doing stuff with one.
You've got the groundwork.
Yeah. Like I try to. Like I always like give it a shot like once every couple years to like bring one of these.
I see it naturally any better.
And then once I bring it to physicality a little bit, then I get a little bit tired of it. But yeah, I usually think about like that, like think about the universe, but what's the world like? But when you're in that Zen mode, it's just beyond that. Just think about, what really matters.
In that meditative Zen
There you go.
state, when there is really no setting for your head, for your brooded thoughts and subconscious whatevers. And I mean, you can maybe come up with a place, especially when I find that spot, like 99 out of 100 times I'm listening to music, and I'll let the soundscape carve out whatever picture is in my head. Then after I exit that Zen state of existence, or to like take an image out and keep it around in my head, that down somewhere. A lot easier to, maybe take the message that you got. Oh yeah, I feel tranquil. Nice. Other than, okay, so then go around this tree and then there's a field, a bridge, and everything's like this pink. You could maybe do that. Personally, it's not super easy for me to do anything of that capacity.
Yeah.
I don't know about you. I'm feeling 22. Ooh.
Yeah, like I've tried meditation before. Like I've tried to like lead exercises for mental health things for like other people before.
Really?
Yeah. And I mean I've never really, I don't know, like been in a meditative state. Like I've been forced is maybe a strong word, but I've been encouraged to do meditation for one reason or another before, but it's never really like worked, I guess. In the same way that like I guess it would when I just hit that sort of Zen state when like walking. It's you got to be very specific about it, but
you do have to be intentional.
Yeah. But that's really the only time I really get it.
Fair. And I think no matter how you find that tranquility, rather, it's important to find that. And if you as successful as you would have hoped to, hunt that down.
100%. So let's
Okay.
digress into the spiritual void.
Yeah.
Let's just digress. Welcome back to the ASMR podcast with Joe and Chase.
How's it going?
How are you meditating today?
Well, I started with some basic yoga techniques. Currently in the downward dog position. And now we're
Once you
into
close your
upward.
eyes, think about the border between your body and the rest of the universe. Now imagine that just floating away like water in a small, bubbling stream. And then at that point, the fluid that is your body and your soul connects with the universe.
Then that runoff. Put it through a life straw. That is your life. Is what?
I think we've taken the analogy too far. So wait.
Oh,
so
beauty.
We are sucking the water that the whatever that is your soul through a life straw, right? Did I hear that correctly?
Yes. That was getting to. It was so rudely interrupted.
Okay. So keep going. Turn the ambient music back on. The ambient music back on. We're back. We're back in the fluid that. Go ahead, Joe. Say what you were going to say.
Give me a sec.
Are you composed enough yet?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Life straw.
Take that runoff from your soul. Drink it through a life straw. Then I think what you will find is not lies at your core. The more distracting and interfering aspects of your life that you obsess yourself with, that shield your mind from your true potential and self-actualization. Purification. This is what connects body, soul, and mind. It allows you to return your true self in every way.
Joe, you are peeking your microphone right now.
Because I ate it.
Oh. And then you become one with the microphone. And you are ASMR.
Oh, God.
JSMR. For Joe.
JSMR and for.
All right.
Chase. The real question.
Yeah, okay. I'm glad. I'm happy to be back on track with real questions. Yeah.
Like you were joining our cult.
Yeah, welcome to the And I Digress cult.
Cast.
The afterlife is going to be a endless series of, disconnected, microcosms, worlds.
Really all connected. The sacred geometry. The spiritual plane.
We are the living gods of the And I Digress realm.
Origami liches.
We are, yeah, basically. I can be like an origami demi-lich. You can be the regular one, Joe.
That means that I gave birth to you?
No. That would just mean I just, like, left the universe in search of, like, more,
It's an origami lich.
Yeah. Okay, anyway, real question.
JSMR is.
What do you got, Joe? Or what were you going to ask?
I was going to ask you to tell me what JSMR is.
Oh, JSMR. Okay, it's,
Leaving me.
Joe sounds miraculous. Really?
That sounds pretty fitting, yeah.
I mean, keep them coming. I can make up stupid acronyms.
Say more ridiculousness.
Do we want to pretend like we are at like a enlightenment podcast?
Just even pretending to be that pretentious makes me feel just grody.
It kind of like what even is the point of this podcast right now? Like we could be, because like technically the And I Digress like formula, the trademark, the recipe we keep in the vault, and we let in a rabbi one time to see if it's kosher, and he said yes, it was. That's a true story about Coke, by the way.
Oh, Coke?
They actually did that. Yeah, they have like they have like the vault with like the recipe, which I mean, no, they don't. It's a marketing thing.
People have it, and one person has half, and the other has the other.
Yeah, but the one time, like back in the 30s or whatever, they let a rabbi in to see the full recipe and to see if it was kosher, and he said yes, it was.
Couldn't see each like half.
And then he committed suicide by 2 shots in the back of his head. But that's unrelated.
Let me trace back the Clinton family tree real quick. You want running for office?
Did you know that they have ties to the Coca-Cola company?
Ooh. Mm.
Yeah.
Why am I the way I am?
Introspection. But what I was going to say is that the Anti Digress podcast can really kind of be applied to anything. We can put any like spin on this.
I mean, that's nothing and everything simultaneously.
Yeah, I mean that is kind of the point. We are the ultimate variety podcast because we cannot stick to a genre if we tried.
If we did try, then we would be breaking our non-existent contracts.
basically. Like
I'm the editor too. Like I could cut this entire part out and no one but you would know, and you are powerless because you let me do all the editing for some horrible reason.
I mean, I have the YouTube. I have the original file and the YouTube channel. That's true. I mean, you can like Clinton. You can make me suicide with 2 shots to the back of the head, and then they really never know. But I mean, I don't know.
You're my friend. I would never do that to you.
Not on recording. Haha.
Shit. Well, there goes that.
You know something funny?
For sure. Is it related to suiciding people?
It's related to someone who's killed people before.
That narrows it down.
So, are you familiar with serial killers at all?
Oh yeah, ever so slightly.
Do you
kind
know?
Of dabble in the true crime area.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I really like true crime too. Like, I think I am the like. I mean, I think we both are, and I digress as a person. But like, there are like so many like random disparate things that I like. You know.
Yeah. It's the beauty again of the podcast. It's kind of
yeah. I mean, I'm sure it's like both of us. We have a bunch of weird interests that are all kind of spread apart, and that's what makes us good hosts of a podcast, where it's just like every stupid thing that we have a surface level knowledge of. But anyway,
a decent amount of things. But yeah, go on.
Are you familiar with the BTK killer?
You've definitely heard about him.
He's a pretty famous one. He is a weird dude.
My memory.
Yeah, like you can like if you search like BTK like photos, he took some really jank ones.
Let's do it. Should this be
go look at it. Yeah, definitely put that in incognito. You do not want someone to see this stuff out of context because, good lord.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, even in context, it's not that great. But I mean,
I don't like any of this.
Yeah, I know. Who would? The only one who does like it is him. Yeah, these are all evidence. They all found this once they found him.
Like Bryan Cranston.
he does. Yeah, he was a freak, and he should have been caught before his original arrest. But anyway, the funny thing that the reason why they did catch him.
Whoa. Real quick.
Okay, yeah.
Mindhunter?
What?
You go into this on Mindhunter?
Yeah, he was like the cameo guy in season 1.
Okay, I only watched the first episode. I watching.
Okay, keep going.
Both have very similar.
Yeah,
in the show.
It is the dude from Mindhunter.
I was just gonna have a game of Violence Chicken there, and you lost. So congratulations, loser.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think they went into him a little bit more in season 2.
Okay.
But they haven't caught him. Well, I mean, yeah, they wouldn't have because it's like in the 70s. He doesn't get caught until 2003, I want to say. Yeah. But the funniest thing was how they actually caught him.
Oh.
So this dude, or yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna tell you, enlighten me.
Oh yeah, okay. So this dude was like a discount Zodiac killer. and that he wasn't a politician after the fact. But
Stole it.
But he did send letters to the police. He did taunt them. He did manage to go, unnoticed during his original like swath of killings back in the 80s or 70s or what have you.
Back in the day.
Yeah, but back in the day. But unlike the Zodiac Killer, he didn't have the bright idea to get out of killing and go into politics where all the other evil serial killers are. And he tried to do it again. He tried to send another letter to the police, and he did. And then he was like, "Hey, if I were to give you a floppy disk."
Oh, yeah, I remember this.
Yeah. If I were to give you a floppy disk, you wouldn't be able to track me right. Be honest. You have to be. And he like cited some like illegal thing.
No.
And they were like, yeah, give us a floppy disk. Well, we can't track you at all. And I mean, I don't think I need to say the rest of it.
What happened?
But they got the floppy disk, and they
track him, right?
They could not track him. It was too late. They didn't get it. He's still out there. Who knows? Who really is he?
Really, it's just a big like. Yeah.
It was a mystery. It is a mystery. Who is he?
Bryan Cranston.
Bryan Cranston. Oh my god.
It's been a little.
Do you think Cranston and Ted Cruz know each other?
I'm gonna see if there are any pictures of the two together.
Who's to say they aren't the same person this whole time?
Bryan Cranston and Ted Cruz.
Like the Zodiac Killer and the I mean, it's weird to say it, the BTK Killer, because the K in killer or
killer
BTK is like kill. It's like bind, torture, kill, which is messed
hey,
up.
A Cannibal Corpse song.
What?
It's a Cannibal Corpse song.
It's probably what it's referencing.
Of many albums, that was inspiration.
Yeah. It's always weird to say. It's like people who say like ATM machine, even though the M is machine.
VIN number.
What?
VIN number, vehicle identification number.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like there's like a bunch of them, and it just it irks me a little bit.
I hate it. Yeah, I don't like it.
And I think this is the one situation where it might be right to say BTK Killer, because it is not killer, but it's just kill.
Right. Torture, kill, killer.
Yeah, I mean, it still sounds wrong when you say it.
It's his trademark. And that's his...
Yeah.
The phrase.
Actually, we probably shouldn't say this. We might get DMCA'd by him from prison.
From Bryan Cranston.
He does manage to get a lot of acting jobs from prison, though. Yeah.
They arrested Bryan Cranston? No, the meth thing wasn't real.
Whoops.
Some really well done props.
Yeah.
It's close as I'm coming on any interaction between Cruz and Cranston is like Cranston said something about the last election cycle, how he wasn't gonna vote for Ted Cruz. As I understand it, that is pretty much the closest they come.
Okay, here's a big conspiracy theory. What if Cranston and by proxy, the BTK Killer was the butter cow in that like picture that Ted Cruz like posted that one time? You know the one that I'm talking about?
Museum?
What?
Like shitty picture that Cruz took at that museum?
Yes, like the butter cow, and he's like, "Oh, my daughters would love this." And who would have guessed one serial killer to another? It would have been them.
I mean, people in the same field normally know each other.
You're right. That is fair.
They know other teachers and other schools, and actors, of course. They have their whole circle.
And serial
Why not
killers?
the same with murderers? Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure they do.
I wonder how you get admitted to like that club.
Yeah, like what's the ID on the serial killer
like
list?
It would be like that, like the opening scene from Wreck-It Ralph, where it's like the bad guys like help room or whatever.
It's been so long since I saw that. It's great, I think. It was a while ago.
Oh yeah.
But go on.
Yeah. I mean, I didn't really have too much to say about this. That was basically it. It was just a stupid way he got caught. And I think it's stupid that he managed to evade capture for that many years. But it was a floppy disk that did him in.
All things. At least it's not like a disc.
Good thing they got him. I mean, that's the important part.
It's down to.
Like, I mean, I think the other best part is that like he asked the detective like why'd you lie? And I'm like what do you say to that?
You
like if a serial killer walks up to you and you're the one who just caught him off of like something stupid, it's like, he was like, be honest, help me out. What do you say to that?
How? Like, is this a joke?
Like, you deserve to be lied to? Like, I mean, you...
Let's weigh the crimes here.
Murder. Yeah. Murder or lying.
Disregard for human life, every regard. Or lie to, a murderer.
Yeah, I don't know. This is very morally gray. Which one is in the wrong? I can't say. Speaking of creepy things, have you ever seen those, like, people, like, recreation images and stuff when it's, like, a missing person?
Oh, the, like
or like
aging...
a body they find.
Okay.
Some of them, oh my god, some of them are super freaky. I'm not a person who gets scared super easily. Like, I mean, to some things, like I get scared. Like I've mentioned before that I have a fear of bees. Ergo, I like run away from them because I don't want to get stung. We've been over this before, but basically it comes down to
listen to episode 1.
Yeah, listen to episode 1. But like it comes down to that I just want to avoid direct harm to myself.
Yeah, I think that's logical.
Yeah. There are very few things I'm afraid of on like a conceptual level.
Okay.
And then I've mentioned this like in the episode too. Like I like bees on conceptual level. They do good things for the environment. I'm not harmed by being in the same world as them. Whatever, they exist. Yeah. Like there are things I don't like. Sure. Like I don't like hornets either. Those I mean, I don't even like them on a conceptual level.
What purpose do they even serve?
Yeah, they don't serve purpose. They're just mean, and they they sting you. They're just a bunch of jerks that can fly around.
You're so special.
But I'm not afraid of them really. Like, okay, they exist. I might get stung by one. Whoop-de-doo.
Afraid of hornets and bees.
Yeah, like hornet. Yeah, hornets is definitely a tier like worse than bees. But yeah. I guess of the things that do scare me on a conceptual level are like things that like are kind of weird to think about. Like if I get in a car accident and like my brain is wrong, like some big brain damage takes place, and I'm different. Like I think something that really freaked me out is when in like health class. I don't know if you remember this, Joe, but when we saw those like car accident videos, and it's like all the people that have been like horribly affected and have like terrible brain damage that like reduces their mental age.
We
do you
probably had different teachers.
We might have. But that kind of scarred me. And I really don't like thinking of that. But the one thing that like viscerally kind of scares me on a conceptual level is like this one
mayonnaise sandwiches.
What?
Only mayonnaise sandwiches.
Oh, okay.
It's only mayonnaise.
That is pretty terrifying, Joe. But the one thing that manages to scare me on like a conceptual level that like gives me like chills when I like look at the image is this one like it's like this dead body like recreation just so they can like find who this person was. It's you know, a John Doe kind of recreation thing. It's like you can if you're in the audience right now, you can Google this on, you know, Google. It is called Septic Tank Sam, and I might look this up just to get the effect. But like the lighting of it, the whole like little mannequin, it is just so like it's something so implacably like creepy about it. Like it is so deep in the uncanny valley that, you know, oh my god. Okay, I just thought that it freaks me out like some, you know. Are you seeing it right now?
Yeah.
Does that give you
God. Oh. Okay, I just found the one where they like show the steps of making it.
Oh yeah.
You've got like the skull and fucking eyes and like sticks come.
It is so messed up. And
yeah.
You know, it's a terrible murder, and the Septic Tank Sam like nickname is kind of, you know, sad for whoever this dude was. But like, good god, they need to hire whoever made this for like horror movies, because like this like image is so much better than any like jump scare from like, you know. Like, I don't know about you. I don't know if it gives you chills. It just might be me. And there's like a bunch of other like really
get
kind of
where
creepy...
you're coming from though.
Yeah, like I don't know. Or go ahead.
I don't really have that immediate
like reaction. You don't get the chills from it.
Oh, I mean, if I start thinking about it a little more, it is that no one knows who this guy is, and is a creation who he may have been, and like it's eerie.
Okay, do you see the one where it's like the fourth image on Google Images where it's like elongated and darker?
Here, I closed out of a tab. Just Googling septic. I want to make sure this is the same thing.
I think you got the right thing, because I see the creation of it.
Oh yeah, and they stretched it.
Yeah, like that's the one that really gets me.
It's like Twilight Zone shit right there.
Because it just looks so wrong. There's like a bunch of other ones that look like this, and they're all really creepy too. Like a lot of them, there's like a ton of these like body recreation ones that are just like super strange looking and like just viscerally terrifying. But I think this is like the only one that actually gets like a chill like literally every time I see it. Like I don't know what it is about it.
Just so lifeless.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's so lifeless. It just feels like who was this? Who, you know?
Yeah. I sure justified your fear with the whole Mayo sandwich thing, didn't I?
Septic Tank Sam was the person who made the Mayo sandwich.
Well, then he deserved it.
Oh my god.
Oh, don't take that out of context. Oh man, I'm lucky that we don't have any brand deals. Oh god.
Yeah.
I was going to talk about stuff kind of gets me on a conceptual level, but I can't think about what that was going to be at this point.
Do you not have anything that gives you like a chill, like whenever you like see it or think about it?
There are a couple things that just get me on like I don't really like.
Okay.
No.
Like images or just like concepts?
No, I can like see tools and stuff, and like so occasionally, like it needs repair, like a patch into the I own.
Okay.
So, like I can deal with those, but like anything that's going to go into my body and pull some liquid out, not my thing.
Really?
I can do it. Like I've donated blood and gotten IVs and stuff, and I don't like it by any means. I can do it.
Okay. So what's the kicker here?
That's a more like justifiable common fear.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. That is justifiable. I don't like needles or that kind of stuff either.
Yeah, but
so what's your septic tank, Sam?
Yeah, to go down that road, not so much like it's not eerie in the way that septic tank is, but buddy made this fucking video on Reddit a while ago, like a couple months ago.
Okay.
And from this horrid fucking subreddit that his brother found. I can't even remember what it's called because I've repressed it. But pretty fucking morbid. If you don't like morbid things, go ahead and maybe skip a minute into the podcast here.
Yeah.
It's of a guy jumping off of a building to commit suicide. It's entire video of him falling like 14 stories, hitting the ground, then he's still alive.
What?
Huh? It's like he's probably not going to survive for a while, more than a few minutes. Like, worst thing is that like one of his legs is completely fractured and he's just like crawling, pulling himself along the pavement with like one arm.
Oh my god.
Just so, yeah, it is so just awful.
Oh.
Like heartbreaking. And yeah. That's just yeah. Not good.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, no, it's definitely a damper on the mood.
I mean, yeah, I think this whole like last digression has been. I mean, arguably, this whole podcast. Like, what did you think was going to happen with book burning?
We thought we were gonna like pull a 180, and instead of burning, like, oh yeah, that's bad, but here's like something else that's kind of funny and lighthearted.
We still have like 30 minutes.
Yeah, let's shift focus here.
Okay. So, I mean, let's think about like what is the opposite of book burning? Obviously, something a lot nicer than these subjects that we've been talking about.
I need to get my mind off of that image because every time it enters my brain, it's
the video.
Oh,
yeah.
I don't like it.
Yeah. There's a lot of messed up stuff. I mean,
this is why I don't like go on the deep web on 4chan.
Smart.
Yeah.
Oh, curiosity killed the cat. Okay, and yeah. Wow, what are you gonna say?
So opposite of book burning.
Mm-hmm.
We can tackle this usual from a few different aspects.
Yeah. Like the easiest one would be like writing a book.
But yeah, but it's very one-dimensional.
Yeah, it's too obvious. Anyone could think of that. We digress.
Oh, hard.
Yeah. What is the true opposite of book burning?
Well, again, I'm gonna kind of spitball here.
Destruction,
So,
loss of
right.
knowledge.
There's anger involved too, and it's like a cover-up. Books contain information or concepts or something that the aggressor doesn't like enough to destroy. He doesn't like them to the point where he will destroy them. It's not like, oh, I don't like that enough to destroy it. English sucks as a language. There's that aggression and that hatred leads to destruction.
Yeah.
So if we flip that, there's some harmony and love that leads to building, creating.
Okay. So, like, love... Where are you going with that? Where are you thinking?
Oh, I wanted to get that sort of concept out there. Test the water.
Okay, here we go. Married architects. There you go. Actually, no. HGTV.
Oh, no.
If you think about it, well, what is that all about? Creation homes? Creation of families?
Home and garden television. In fact, that's what it stands for.
Yeah. There's the Property Brothers.
And the other one.
They love each other.
There's Chip and Joanna, whatever, Hines. I don't know their last name. Waco.
Yeah, there's a bunch of couples who do,
divorce, but still.
The house flipping and the renovation, and that's all creation.
Yeah. Taking something at times abysmal, disheveled, taking that and making it something beautiful. Kind of polar opposite, taking something full, which is a book, or a poem,
written
novel,
word.
Yeah, and destroying that. Are we really going to go with HGTV?
I mean, we can just say that and dunk on it for the next, 27 minutes. But, I mean, I feel like that's what we would start our next podcast with.
Every time I think HGTV, it's always doctor's office waiting room.
Yeah.
The subtitles are on.
Like, it is the most inoffensive TV, ever.
Yeah. Even, the moments of confrontation are absolutely unconfrontational. Oh, no! When we tore down the wall between the living room and the kitchen to make a more open floor plan, the wall that was there is load-bearing, so we have to run an I-beam.
Whoops.
That's all the conflict. How inoffensive is you? Melt down purely I-beams.
It's light and airy. Who cares about the I-beams? Who cares about the loading-bearing walls? It's just homes. It's just gardens. It's just TV.
Yeah, with no greater message. You don't need to think about it. You don't need to be there the whole time. It's just there.
Yeah. You ever watch House Hunters? That's why I know HGTV from.
I think I have seen an episode HGTV at least once. Or for work.
Yeah.
There's a lot of those. I would say a good chunk of HGTV shows are spin-offs of their main shows. There's House Hunters International. There's House Hunters Atlanta or whatever.
Are those different shows though? I mean, they're just House Hunters.
There's a subsidiary of House Hunters.
Okay.
Its own show. If you go to the guide on your TV or whatever, it'll say House Hunters International.
I mean, if you say so.
I do.
Yeah.
I'm saying it, Chase.
Did you know House Hunters is completely fake? I'm not blaspheming. It is completely fake. If you've ever known someone who would have been on House Hunters or has been on House Hunters, they'll tell you the same thing. Basically, the reason why it's so like stupid a lot of the times,
Right.
like the whole, like there's been so many jokes about it. Like this couple has X and X budget, and whatever else.
I'm a stay-at-home astronaut, and my wife is an outer space gardener. Our budget is $4 billion, and we're looking for a house in the middle of the city with a rooftop beach.
Yeah. And the reason why they make some like contrived, or I mean that's not the right word for this, like so many like stupid choices sometimes, like they don't go with the house you'd like think they would pick, or the one
It
that
checks all the boxes.
Yeah, well, because they basically to get on House Hunters, you have to have a house you've already like chosen that you like are moving into, and then it's just basically 30 minutes of pretend where you just go look at houses with the couple, and everyone just acts this whole time like like something's going on.
You can definitely see us putting a den in here. Wouldn't you like a den, honey?
Joe, we need to get on House Hunters, just like you and me. We can pretend like...
Yeah. As a couple or not. I mean, whatever you want.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter.
Like, hypothetically, like, if you wanted to be a couple, like, we could be.
I mean, it's House Hunters. We can be anything on House Hunters.
Anything.
Anything.
Can be estranged brothers-in-law.
Yeah. Getting a house together for some reason. Yeah. We like here's what we do. We buy like one of those like $5 Detroit houses, and then we call up House Hunters and we're like, yo,
Got a place.
We got a plot for you.
A plot of land and a show episode plot.
Yeah, we could make like the wildest episode of House Hunters ever. Like they can show us two like really nice houses. Like they can give us like a gated community house, like a mansion, because we have like a stupid big budget because we are. I don't know what is our career, Joe.
I will be a multi-platinum professional underwater basket weaver.
Sick.
But you?
I would say you could be like an origami master by trade.
Underwater origami boulder weaver.
Okay. I can be an esports player for Insane Aquarium.
I have dreams too.
Do you did you get that joke
At all?
Insane Aquarium is a single player like fish game. It's made for like it's a fun game, but it's made for people who are like 12 years old. Yeah. Good game.
Hell yeah.
Great game. If we ever stream games, Insane Aquarium is going to be the first thing we do. But yeah. And then during the course of the episode, we can start out as like really close to each other, and we have a big fight, and then at the end we like make out on the floor of like the Detroit house that we bought.
Detroit house. Oh, how the house hunting process tears and rebuilds.
Like it'll be like the month later thing, and then like
the
Detroit house. Yeah.
You've adopted 80 kids.
Yeah, we just adopt a bunch of kids just for like the shoot.
Just for the follow-up shot.
Yeah. And then for the entirety, like it'll be like a TMZ thing where they don't have like the regular cameras. They just have like someone on their like iPhone 10 or whatever like walk into the house, and there's like 80 kids walking around, and then we're on the floor like making out, and
have
then...
the 80 kids food and water and bottles to piss in.
Yes. and then the house will like look worse than it was before. Like if that's possible, I don't know if you can make one that much worse.
There's just, instead of stairs, just like giant holes in the floor of each level, and like hung a rope at the top. We can take all the space that we used for years previously, put a bed there for one of our 80 kids.
100%. And then
Smart.
And then while we're filming this, or while like the episode goes live, we can have the Guinness World Record like people there.
Oh, the officiators.
Yeah, the officiators. To see if we can break the record with the numbers of times Child Protective Services are called on a single like person. and we'd break that record easy. Like we would have more calls than SEMO had like body count. Within like an hour, because like you know, like the main population who watches HGTV are people with like nothing better to do.
Like prepared grandmas who's like quilting buddy, like hip surgery that week. What do they do?
Yeah, then they turn on HGTV to have some background noise while they knit their like 50th like quilt for their grandson.
Okay, we're targeting 1.5 of my grandma. One of them like knits, but the other, my maternal grandma, quilts like no one's business.
I mean, what else do you do at that point?
I don't know.
Like,
I mean, at least
who do you think? Who do you think the person who's watching HGTV is like their main thing?
Oh, not the producer, that's for sure.
I mean, okay, they make money off the show. That's one thing. Someone who is like a avid watcher of HGTV. Who do you think that's like their main thing?
People with like multiple entries into this win a house competition.
Yeah.
Oh man. It's got to be like a soccer mom.
Yeah.
Sure.
Like
this
imagine being like one of those elitist people, but with like HGTV.
Oh, I'm sorry. You want me to go to a vineyard? Oh, such failing things I have learned to avoid in my wisest years. This evening, I have plans to stay in and watch Bargain Hunters.
And pour myself a glass of wine as I sip and chuckle along to the humorous goings-on.
Say goings-on, you automatically get to go to Harvard for pretty much free. Maybe books you pay for, but everything else... free money!
Where do you think the HGTV like fandom is at?
Like what the population?
The what?
The population of HGTV fanatics is like geographic.
Like, well, I mean, I don't know. Like who do, like you know, you have your other fandoms. You have the people who like anime, people who are like really into, you know, specific TV shows.
Yeah.
Who do you
college
think
basketball people?
Yeah, that's also, yeah. People
Like
really
big.
into religion. That's their like fandom.
Please don't DM us Jesus fanfics.
Please do. And, you know, just DM me them. You can tell Joe that it's just for me. Anyway,
Anxious about mine is the only thing.
like, how would you be an HGTV like fan? Do you think they would have conventions for this?
I feel like they would have meet and greets, at least.
Yeah. That's
like
fair.
Houses that they've renovated.
Imagine going to like a Comic-Con or something and literally all the guests are people from like HGTV.
garden which I'm sure is already a thing.
You're cutting out.
If I hold the mic over here, it's not ideal.
Should I hold it all nice and close to my mouth?
Yeah, keep it close. Keep it nice and
Is this
personal.
close enough? Is this close? Fine. I can do this if it helps, just for the podcast, not for me.
Okay. I think we spent like 15 minutes dunking on HGTV. Are we satisfied with HGTV as an opposite to book burning? Because I don't think we have. I think we ran out of all of our material like right there.
I think, yeah, we've exhausted any other possibilities and any other banter, really.
And God forbid for next episode of us actually having to watch an HGTV like show.
Hey, actually, I'll be at the doctor between get shots before this upcoming year.
Whoa.
So, yeah.
Then you can talk about your doctor's visit and your few minutes of watching a subtitled HGTV show that you don't know about.
Yeah.
And that'll be the podcast right there. 5-minute episode next week.
What?
Of your HGTV experience.
Something that you said just prompted me. Remember something that I meant to tell you sometime during the podcast that
All right. Shoot.
Last weekend, I went fishing. The first
It's always fun.
while. Yeah. And caught 3 fish. Got a bluegill, 2 decent sized cat.
Mm-hmm.
Normally, my whole life, catch and release, didn't expect anything. Then, I catch that catfish. It would be a damn shame I didn't, eat this instead of putting it back in its home. So then I caught the second catfish. It's like, well, you know what?
Time for
Catfish. Yeah. Better than 1 catfish. 2 catfish. So I take this home, and thanks to the power of the internet, I figure out how to process said fish. At this point, got some flashback. The last episode of you were talking about your grandparents, them being big fishmongers.
I did not say that. My grandpa took me out fishing a lot, and they did the same thing. Yeah, they caught fish and ate it sometimes. I just never really partook.
I recalled that.
Yeah.
Also, at least your grandfather's ties to fishing.
This is the development of the lore. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. You add this to the Wikipedia page we don't have.
Yeah. Damn.
I remembered that. I'll tell Chase about this on the next podcast for character development.
Wow. Joe, did you catch a sea bass while you were at it?
Oh, I wish. More like an A+, but damn it. At least a C+.
I love that joke. It's so funny every time.
I don't fish in anything anymore.
Really?
I mean, a lot. I do sometimes.
I caught a whale shark the other day, and I was really proud of myself.
Time travel, so I did that a while ago. But
oh, okay.
All right.
Good for you, Joe.
No, I don't mean to take this away from you. It's definitely an accomplishment.
Did you catch a football fish, Joe? How about a coelacanth?
I had a coelacanth, I believe.
Is that how you say it?
That's how my brother said it's pronounced. It's got that weird OE. I would think it's like a coelacanth.
I don't know. I've heard coelacanth. I don't know if that's right. And I know it's like the Pokemon, which is I think it's like Relicanth. And I don't see why it'd be super different.
Me.
You gotta type it into Google Translate, see how it's pronounced.
Yeah. name pulled up. Somehow it understood what I was trying to say. Oh, translate from Greek. From English, no, not to Greek. To English. Stop! Oh, well, I can just press it on the one. And here. I'll do you a favor. And
All right.
in my ears. Let me know if you can hear this.
Am I supposed to? Not catching anything.
Nothing?
No?
What?
Who's right, Joe? You can just say.
Brother. Pronounces it the translate lady. Deal can. Uses. Look out for.
All right. Well, fair enough. I guess that settles that.
Used to be real big into in fishing, Animal Crossing. You know, the rush. Then into catching. I think it's just knowing what I'm getting myself into, and not like it's another sea bass. Are you kidding me?
Yeah,
That's
fair.
what
That's always annoying, but
brother and I to have such really rooted ironic love for the sea bass. Every time that CJ comes to town, we like go out of our way to get him to make us sea bass models to have.
and fill your
I have
entire house with sea basses.
Should be. I have a den in my house. It's one of my side rooms, and a lot of it's filled with like stuff from the fishing tourney. I have a fishing pole, like rack, like anchor, tip in a bottle, which I just bought from. Then one of the prized possessions is a sea bass model and end tape. Really ties the whole place together.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm more of a bug man. Give animals wasps every day. I have a list on my phone. I'll pull it up right now, actually, just for shits and giggles. Because this brings me so much joy, Chase. You have no idea. Every day, I make my rounds. I go around, shake all the trees, and there are 5 wasps spawn every day. So on a good day, I'll get all of them. On a bad day, I'll get like 3.
Okay.
And have like we have 9 villagers. And of course, you have 5 wasps, 9 villagers. You give everybody a wasp. I like to give everyone something every day, except for Phil. My brother really doesn't like, and I think it's just funny to shit on Phil. So we don't talk to him.
Hold on a second,
Yeah,
Joe. Before you keep saying anything, my phone decided to stop working, so let me join the call again real quick. Hello?
Oh, hello.
Okay, there you go.
That was my dad's on hold music work until they made him change it.
Okay, yeah, you can keep going.
Okay, so 9 villagers on the island. I have wasps. I catch all 5 of them in a day.
Okay.
I have to decide who to give the wasps to. It's already kind of narrowed down because one villager in particular named Phil, brother really does not like. It's become pretty funny to just shit on Phil, as, we can. Like, he built his house on this like if area that we've completely secluded, and we've turned it just into the like bamboo farm, and no one ever goes up there, and there's weeds everywhere, and it's hilarious. So
Okay.
that rules him out as a recipient.
So you socially outcasted him, okay?
Anchovy is just a really ridiculous character, and he always talks about the bugs in his house, and before I started giving him any, there weren't any. That was a natural choice. Diana, little snobby, snooty actually is her personality type.
Mm-hmm.
She is disgusted by wasps. Of course, every day she gets a wasp.
You decreasing your friendship?
No, they love seeing gifts. I have like 5 villager photos. Love me.
Dang, okay.
Yeah. I think honestly it just counts the interactions and like, oh, they're getting things I don't like.
How many hours do you have on Animal Crossing, Joe?
No. Actually, I don't know. Because if you're talking the franchise, I played City Folk on my Wii for years, like hours a day.
Okay.
It was my game.
I really
Literally, it
liked
was to me.
New
But,
Leaf.
you know. I
How it's
got on the
been-
DS Plus.
I was like a high roller on New Leaf. I went to that tropical island every day. Came back with my inventory full.
You completely out there for a bit.
What?
Cut out for a little bit there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you too. So we might have just not heard each other at all. Anyway, yeah, I used to always go out to the island and get, the full thing. Come back with 100,000s of bells.
Yeah.
Got my full house, got my fancy gold and everything. Yeah. Did you get fancy gold and everything on City Folk, Joe?
I was like 9 or minus a year when I was playing that. I played for more than a year, but the plus or minus.
Mm-hmm.
So it was still time before I was like, oh, you can just look up the forgeries that Red has look like. Make sure you buy the good
Wait,
ones.
you never did that?
I don't think so. I mean,
Oh my god.
we did exploit the game, though, my siblings. We time traveled back then, too. And whenever Zipper T Bunny would come to town, especially towards our later days, we would get the hell out of. Pick up all the eggs, change them for his Easter egg, whatever theme. And they would all sell for like 100,000 bells.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Eggs, nothing. If you exchange them for the prizes, bank. And brother was particularly fond of them. He did this however many times in a row. Sold all of them. Got just bank. And into the city, and every piece of furniture from Gracie Grace.
Oh my god.
It was a high roller.
Can't say I ever did that.
Neither did I, but I remember saving up for the like candy themed series that would come out in like winter.
Okay.
Basically, the whole point of the story is to say that I take pride in seeing who I can get to have the most bugs displayed in their house. And currently, right now, it is a 2-way tie between Diana and Anchovy. It's a real race. Next is Angus with 3, then Buck and Rooney are tied with 2. P has 1, and then Plucky, who's my best friend, who I give actual furniture to, and Phil both have none.
Okay. This is gonna be kind of a hot take right now, but is it just me or does Animal Crossing, like the New Horizons, feel like less feature complete than the older games?
I don't know. Regardless, I really appreciate how they're patching stuff and
Yeah.
still
Like,
actively involved in developing it.
Nintendo's doing a good job, and I'm sure they're still fixing a lot of stuff, but like there are some things I'm worried about that are like probably never gonna get fixed. And I mean,
Yeah.
I'm sure you can. There's like a bunch of quality life stuff that'd be so easy to add.
I have 70-something thousand Nook miles right now. I'm not gonna buy anything with them. I've already bought all the stuff I want.
Yeah, basically.
All that I want is to exchange them for bell vouchers. One bell voucher, 500 Nook miles, and you can only buy them one at a time, and there are like 4 dialogue boxes before you can even go back to the fucking...
Exactly. You can, that kind of stuff.
So easy!
That's just one thing. Like, there's, it would be nice if you could, I don't know, maybe see the durability on your tools.
I want to be able to buy a forever tool. I don't care how expensive it is. I will pay $1 million.
Also a really great idea.
Mechanic.
Yeah.
Just so ridiculously rich at this point. I don't even craft anything unless for pure aesthetics.
How do you get so rich on Animal Crossing? Because I've been trying, and I think just today I got the upstairs room on my house.
More.
What?
Oh.
How do you do it? You're cutting out.
Wonderful. Hopefully I remember to edit this out.
Yeah. There's a lot of old hatches I think you need to edit out, so sorry, Joe.
Yeah. It's whatever. Just the way of things.
So how do you make money on Animal Crossing, Joe? How do you become ludicrously rich?
The very beginning, when the game first came out, there's a glitch that someone found. If you take the Switch that they give you in-game, and outside the rock stool things, you go into 2-player mode, split the remotes or whatever.
Okay.
Have somebody spin that rock, can pick up Switch to put it back in your inventory until they patched it and multiply.
You duped your Switches? You're cutting out again.
Wonderful.
Okay.
This is stellar.
Yeah.
Okay. Take 2. So, could go into 2-player mode, split the remotes or whatever, bring in a buddy.
And dupe your Switches?
I wouldn't call it so much duping. No. Basically, it was a glitch to where you could get infinite Switches. And they sell for 30-something thousand bells.
Really?
If you fill up your inventory with these, you can get pretty good amount of money.
Dang, okay.
They patched it within a few days.
Well, you can factory reset your Switch and then get the OG update.
Yeah, I suppose.
I got a 1.0 Animal Crossing copy, so I mean,
nice.
Maybe I can just forget all my progress.
Or better yet, make a new account on that version, all of this money, then just send it to your main account.
Yeah. There you
go. But easier ways that I get money trees are a really, really easy way to pay it forward in terms of investing.
Mm-hmm. Money trees?
Yeah. You haven't done money trees?
What is that?
Okay, so you know how you go around the map and you'll see one of those golden glowing spots on the ground that you can dig up?
Uh-huh.
So, before you patch that hole back up or something in it, the easiest way to multiply off of this is take 10,000 bells, bury that in the still glowing spot in the ground, and then it'll turn into a little sapling, and then you can dig that sapling up and put it wherever you want.
Wait, I have. Seriously?
I have a little garden in my backyard.
Oh my god.
Tree garden, and then I have a little money tree sanctuary. Mature in 4 days. And on that 10,000 bells, you get three 10,000 bell bundles. You net 20,000 bells every 4 days. But there's one of those golden spots that come up every day. So if you get a money tree planted every day, then you harvest one every day, starting 4 days out. Every single day, 8,000 bells. Yeah. Don't even have to do it.
Missing all these opportunities.
Yeah.
Oh. Crazy.
You know. But yeah.
Okay.
You know about the money rock?
Yeah, I know about the money rock. That was in New Leaf.
Yeah. Dates back a while.
Yeah.
Do you do the thing where you dig yourself like a corner? When you hit the rock, you get pushed back into the corner and you don't have to realign yourself?
Yeah, I mean, you don't get the full thing if you have to realign yourself. You have to be like a god at like doing that.
Yeah, that's another 16,000 bells. Easy. Every day, but who's counting?
Yeah. That way you can do that.
Yeah. 36,000 bells a day.
Sell my fossils.
Yeah, that's another one. My brother claimed all of those. I don't do that. That's another good way.
This is a really weird thing. This is more of a meta thing.
Okay.
I was talking with like Flora, I think her name is. It's like this flamingo villager, even though she's supposed to be an ostrich, she's a flamingo. She's a flamingo. And she's like, it's so crazy that like that all these animals used to live on this island, and then when she said that, I'm like, wait a second. If you think about it, all of these creatures had to live on this like plot, like not even this island necessarily, but this plot of land at some point. And not only do that, but like die in the right conditions for fossils to form, and then all rise to the top over the course of like like
erosion and
the conditions for all this are so specific. Like fossilization is like a super lucky process. Like you have to be in the right place at the right time and have the right things happen to your bones after you die. And then you just get like 4 of them every day, like guaranteed,
right,
on your island
forever.
Like, this was like the dinosaur like trap house where they hid all like the drugs or whatever, and everyone like was constantly overdosing.
I mean,
on the island and just dying in the right place. I don't.
My favorite theory is just that Nook goes out and there's some substance to it, but it's mainly just because it makes. Nook goes out like every night when everyone's gone to sleep, and like he like picks up one of the rocks and he puts all this money under it, and buries all of these fossils. Just does all of this stuff in the night like gremlin or something, and just gets to sit back and watch you establish yourself on the island. And he's just like, oh, he's paying off whatever. Of course, there's financial gain.
Why would it be Nook though? It would be Blathers who,
Well, for the fossils.
Yeah, because he's up at night. He has he has his personal collection that he can't accept, fossils into. That's where it all comes from. He just has like a bunch of copies of all the fossils that he just buries underground.
And you know what? Now that I think about it, in like legit museums, most of the time, the dinosaur bones and skeletons and all that stuff aren't the real bones. They're just castings of the legit things that they found.
Yeah.
You don't want some dumb like 8-year-old coming up
and touching it.
Comic elbowing. Yeah, this real dinosaur bone. Oh, assuming that they do that process, still have the real bones. Could rebury, and assuming that they never display the real ones, and when you call them back to Nook, gives them back to Blathers, then you have an infinite supply.
Basically. Yeah, I mean that's how it happens.
Actual motion.
So I think we just cracked it. Our Animal Crossing.
That's just a theory.
Yeah.
A game theory.
I mean, I think our Animal Crossing characters are gonna be dying to gunshots to the back of the head.
Full circle, baby.
Yeah, full circle. And speaking of full circle, we are hitting the 2-hour mark right now. So I think we need to come up with a conclusion. Lickety split. What is our next episode going to be? What is the opposite of book burning?
Television.
What?
G television. HGTV.
Oh, okay. Do we want to talk about that again?
Home and GT Vision. We
Home
have
and-
to.
Okay. Well, HGTV.
Logistically, the last segment that's not the outro has to be the starting topic of the next one.
I mean, I think our last segment that was not the outro was our talk about Animal Crossing, but
This is why we have to resurrect HGTV even just for a minute or two, so logistically it's the last thing and we don't get hate speech in our inbox.
okay, fair enough. We don't want Nintendo DMCAing our videos.
Yeah.
So, yeah, HGTV.
Personalized hate.
When was the last time you saw a gardening show on HGTV?
I don't think ever.
Yeah, it's like TLC, the Learning Channel. When was the last time it was about the learning?
Tender loving care is the real thing. Oh yeah, but they have their own breakdown of the acronym.
Yeah.
What is-
I don't know. Okay, so I think HGTV is it. 30 more minutes of dunking on that next episode. Hope you guys are all excited. I have been Chase. Or what?
Fine, but it needs Chase.
What?
They have their own breakdown of the acronym or the network.
Yeah?
That's not tender loving care.
It's the Learning Channel.
Thank you. Okay.
Yeah, I said that.
Just heard learning, and I'm like, okay, great, that's right. What are the other two?
Yeah, you're just missing the channel.
TLC channel. There's another one.
That one hurts the worst because at least with ATM, BTK Killer is just one of them, but the TLC channel,
Learning channel. That's meta.
the Learning channel.
Oh no, that's right.
Yeah, I know. That's what I said. It's
going into a tunnel. Learning channel.
All right. Next episode, the Learning channel.
No.
All right, guys. This has been the what?
HGTV TV.
Home and Garden.
Oh.
Anyway, bad TV channels. I guess that'll be.
Oh, it has to be HGTV because
Okay.
it's not about how bad it is. It's about the content.
You're right. Okay, HGTV will be the topic of our next episode. Get ready for 30 more minutes dunking on it. This has been the And I Digress podcast.
The Learning Channel podcast.
The Learning Channel podcast. I have been Chase.
Hope I continue to be Joe.
And thank you all for listening
you
for our
for this.
increasingly insane ramblings for
was
the
an
past. Yeah, I think this one has been a pretty good episode.
Yeah. It's been
Yeah.
pretty solid. Pretty good episode.
Pretty good, more 2 hours. We are sitting at 8 hours of content right now. Pretty
Shit,
crazy.
That is a work day of content.
Professional podcasters right here.
Oh, yeah. We're only halfway done, baby.
All right, 2 more hours. All right, yeah.
Thank you, everyone, again, for continuing to take this media, better or for worse.
Yeah, and get ready for 4 more episodes than our exciting conclusion for the season.
More episodes. Don't forget to send in your what is a group of foxes called answers
and your Jesus fan fictions.
Or your Jesus fan fictions to either our Instagram page at And I Digress or And I Digress podcast at gmail.com.
Also, you can drop it off at our secure drop location.
At our safe deposit box located conveniently in Yuma.
Yeah.
Also have one in Poo Poo Point.
Good place to have it.
Yeah. We're a worldwide established podcast.
I mean, you always got to put something in the Poo Poo Point. But anyway.
T-shirt.
Anyway, I think we've gone past the point of saying anything worthwhile 2 hours ago. So
pretty much.
So yeah, thank you all for listening. Hope you guys continue to listen to our podcast. We'll be back next week, same time, same bat time, same the learning channel.
Oh. So it doesn't even need a win.
All right. Do you have a fun final thing to say, Joe?
Oh, like a catchphrase that I can end on?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just say something right now. I'm gonna click the stop button after you say the next thing you say is gonna be to stop.
Don't forget to have a splashy week and wash behind your ears.